As in polo.
Yeah, it is. You better leave me alone. I'm sensitive. Welcome back, Mid-Missouri, to the February 2nd edition of Making a Difference. It's February. First
Groundhog
part
Day.
of February, Groundhog Day. It's 63 degrees here. Unbelievable.
It's Missouri.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, this is great. Ed Hanson is the executive director of Talking Horse Production. You're the executive director, the producer, the everything.
The artistic director and the janitor. I do everything.
Tell us a little bit about Talking Horse Productions.
Well, Talking Horse was founded in 2011. We opened our season in 2012 with a full slate of shows, and just completed our 4th season, getting ready to open our 5th.
Local theater.
Local theater. We started off in a facility called the Berlin Theater next door to Cafe Berlin. And then when Cafe Berlin expanded and we were going to be homeless, we found a new spot about 2 blocks east on St. James Street, an even better location for us.
Easy move. Just
Very
roll
easy.
everything down the street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's great. Now, you know what I find interesting is you've gone and you're now in theater, but you were trained as an educator.
Well, I have 2 degrees, one in music education, one in vocal performance from the university, and always dabbled a lot in theater, and always considered it sort of my passion. And when I retired from teaching in 2008, I started working as an actor professionally around the country, and then decided to get off the road and settle back into Columbia and do Talking Horse. So
very good. Hey, what kind of major roles have you had?
Oh gosh. Well, my first professional role, I played Herr Schultz in a production of Cabaret. I played Claudius in Hamlet. Yes, I do serious drama also.
Get out of here.
I did Horace Vandegelder in a production of Hello, Dolly. I've played at my own theater, Alfie Byrne, in Man of No Importance, and we're bringing that show back as part of our 2016 season.
So you're kind of a guy, multiple personalities. It's kind of scary.
Well, and I also sing Sinatra. I don't know if
No,
you knew
you
that,
don't.
but
Come on now.
I just finished the Sinatra Supper Club in January as a fundraiser at the theater. I sang for 3.5 hours while people ate.
Well, was it good? No, not
Of course
the
it was
food.
good.
Not the food.
Of course it was
Were you
good. All 42 songs were excellent.
42.
42.
That's a 5-course meal.
It was a 3-course meal from Blue. It was great food.
Well, you've got a production coming up called Black Pearl Sings.
Right. Let me hold the poster up for that real quick so they can kind of see that.
Get your
if you're
fingers
looking
out of
around-
the way. There we
looking
go.
around
There we go.
downtown for these posters, but
Black Pearl Sings begins February 12th and runs
Right.
to the 14th, and then February 19th to the 21st.
right.
Tell us about it.
A very quick synopsis. It's a 2-woman play with music. It's not a musical, but it's a play that has a lot of music in it. The premise is that there is a woman who works for the Library of Congress as a song documenter. She travels around the country, and her current goal is to find lots of songs from the Negro tradition, songs that would be dating from slave time and even further beyond that. And she comes across a woman in a Texas women's prison who is just this storage vault of information and has lots of songs. And so there's a lot of singing in the show, but it all is geared to sort of drive the story forward. These 2 women become very close friends. The woman from the Library of Congress works to get the other one paroled so that she can further her career and help this this black woman out too. So it's a fascinating story. I think our theater goers are going to love it.
Who are the 2 actors playing the 2 roles?
Shara Knight plays Pearl Johnson, who is the black inmate, and Danielle Doyen plays Susanna Mullally, who is the Library of Congress documenter.
Now, your director is Milbury Birch.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about Milbury.
Well, Milbury is a fairly well-known person here in town. She is a Grammy-nominated storyteller. Storytelling is like her big thing.
So you've got a heavy hitter in here.
Oh, yeah.
But besides yourself.
But she also has a PhD in theater, which I don't have. She has a PhD in theater, and she directs very selected things. And when I approached her about this show, she did a lot of reading about it before she told me yes, but she has been just the right fit for this show because this is a wonderful story, and because Milbury is a professional storyteller, she knows how to work the show so that it is really story-driven.
The story.
Right.
Now, who's this written by?
Written by Frank Higgins, who teaches at UMKC in the theater department. He heads up their playwriting division. Frank has had several plays that have been published. This particular play, Black Pearl Sings, has been done in New York, in Philadelphia, in Washington, D.C., Chicago, Kansas City, and now us.
How were you able to get this to Columbia, Missouri? We aren't exactly Chicago.
I know. Well, it's kind of interesting. Last February, I had hired a friend of mine from Kansas City to direct a show for me, and she was stage managing Black Pearl Sings in Kansas City. And she said, you need to look at this script. This would be perfect for your space. So because that play was currently going on, I took Shara actually with me up to see it in Kansas City, and that's how I kind of stumbled across it. So it's all networking, you know.
Well, you can call it whatever you want. I think it's probably more than stumbling.
Well, I think as people kind of realize what Talking Horse is about and what our space is like, people suggest plays to me a lot. I do a lot of reading, and I think a lot of people are very interested in the fact that we produce things that no other theater company touches.
It's pretty neat stuff. Speaking of productions, you've done, what, 9 productions?
Well, we're doing 9 for this season.
For the whole season?
Yeah.
What's the next one coming up?
The next one will be in March, and it'll be a production of The Sunshine Boys by Neil Simon.
Really?
First time I've done a Neil Simon play, and I did not suggest this play. Somebody brought this play to me ready to direct it, and I already had it cast, and said, would you like to produce it? We don't need to audition it. We're already in rehearsal. And I said, okay. So now it's on the schedule for March.
So these are actors from another part, or from all over the country?
Well, the ones in Sunshine Boys are locals. Okay. J.J. Musgrove, who is the director of the Office of Cultural Affairs. Addison Myers, Aaron Crowitz, who have done several plays with us. I was in a play with them last year called Art. At our theater, and so because I knew everybody that was involved in the project, it was not hard for me to say that I wanted to go ahead and put it on the schedule.
How do you sustain your operations with Talking Horse Productions?
You mean financially. Or just personal energy-wise?
No, I tell you what, this is the second time you and I have talked, and I have not yet to see you with an energy level below what you're showing right now.
I kind of run on full speed most of the time. I'm caffeine driven largely, but Talking Horse, in our first couple of years, there were cash flow issues, as there often are for small businesses first starting.
Sure.
As we have become a little bit more established, we've gotten donors who have backed us financially by giving contributions to the company.
Good.
We've been able to get a Missouri Arts Council grant 2 years running, and we just are making our application for a third. The City of Columbia's Office of Cultural Affairs gives us some funding. We do our own fundraisers, and people are coming to our shows, so now ticket prices are able to hold steady because we get more and more people all the time. Last year, just an interesting side tip, last year we averaged, in a house that seats a maximum of 70, we averaged 53 per performance. So that's only leaving 17 open seats for each performance.
Very good.
And many sellouts. We had 20 sellouts last year.
Well, now you've got also Indiegogo. Describe that for us.
We're doing a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo, and people can find this on our website very, very easily, www.talkinghorseproductions.org. We are trying to raise money to purchase professional grade tiered platforms for our audience seating. One of the problems in working in a black box with a very flat floor is that once you get all of the chairs in rows, even if you've got those little windows, shoulder windows,
Sure,
you know,
yeah.
sometimes it's hard to see all of the action. If we get that tiered platform seating so that we can put our audience chairs on those, everyone will have a better vantage point of the playing area. And I think it'll just enhance the theater experience for everybody
How's
who
that
comes.
going? Yeah.
It's going pretty well so far. We're at about 25% funding, and we've got about 3 weeks to go. We need 15,000, so we're asking people to kind of search their souls and help out a little theater company who's really
Yeah.
trying to make a difference for every patron that comes to see it.
Grovel.
Grovel?
Grovel. Have you thought about that?
Well, I've done it before. I suppose I can do
Absolutely.
it again.
You can do it.
Please, be generous.
Please.
How's that?
Listen, buddy. I wanted to, you mentioned your outfit. You look sharp.
Oh,
the
thank
red
you.
brings out the gray tones along the side here, man. I feel it.
Thank you.
You're doing good. Come back and see us, will you?
Anytime.
All
All I need is an invitation.
You've got it. It's an open invitation.
And a microphone.
You've got it. You've got it. Come back and see us, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ed.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back to the second segment of Making a Difference. Our guest is Karen Grundy. Karen is the executive director, art director, everything, right, with the Missouri Contemporary Ballet. Karen, welcome to the show.
Thanks
This
for
is the
having
second time we've had a chance to talk.
This is.
How's everything going?
Everything's going great. We're in our 10th season, and so
Wow.
it's been a pretty busy, crazy, good season.
10 seasons. You started this.
I did.
You had a vision.
I did.
Wow. Did you ever think that you would go this far?
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you have a vision,
I mean,
it's,
I certainly went through periods of time when I didn't think I was going to be able to last through it. But yeah, I mean, obviously I wanted to make this
10
something
years.
that this community wanted to keep around for a while.
You've got a big show coming up. It's called Live. What, Live or Lives?
Live Returns.
Returns. Tell us about that.
So it's a show that it's not a show we've done before, but it's an idea of a show we've done before. So it's live music of all types of different genres. So we have different musical groups, different diverse types of music. Tom Andes has composed a new piece for this, as well as Travis McFarlane, who are two local great, amazing musicians. We are also I also brought in Erin Horschler, who is a student at the School of Music, and she's has an original composition as well. We're working with the MU Percussion Ensemble. They are going to be performing with one of the pieces. And then one of my choreographers is bringing in a live DJ that will be mixing during the performance. So it's a varied type of event.
So this is March 12th?
March 12th and 13th,
And 13th.
at Jesse Auditorium.
Now, how did you book Jesse Auditorium? This is big time. Come on.
Well, for whatever reason, the Missouri Theater wasn't available, and so he said, "Would you?"
Oh, so you just kind of picked up Jesse Auditorium as just a backup plan. That is great. Who you've partnered with to get that?
Well, I mean, maybe it's because we're part of the University Concert Series this year,
There we
so
go. That's it.
maybe that's it. We've performed there before. It's a bigger stage, and so we have to fill it a little bit better.
Okay.
But for the live music, the pit is bigger, and for all of the different musical things that we're bringing in, it will be helpful.
Does it just work better for you?
I'm not necessarily. I love working at the Missouri Theater. It's a beautiful theater.
It is.
It's
It
a
is
great
nice.
size for our company. So, I mean, both theaters are fantastic. I'm happy to be in either one.
Now you're bringing in a couple of choreographers, correct?
I actually have a choreographer that's working in the studio this week. She's from LA. And I also brought in Autumn Ekman, who is kind of from a lot of different places, but kind of has been in Chicago for a long time. So
Very professional.
it is a professional company.
Columbia is we're lucky to have you. You bring culture.
Thank you.
To this town. I
Well,
say
this town had a lot of culture before I started.
No, it does. It does. It's it's a great place. But the ballet. You just bring class
Well, thank
to
you.
to Columbia, Missouri, and our citizens. Everybody who lives here should be very happy with this. Tell us about your troupe.
Our company.
Company. Troupe, okay. Company.
So I have 9 to 11 company dancers a season. They are from all over the country, and they come here to dance and to
dance.
I can't say that they make a living, but they are paid to work with me. But the reason why they come here is to be a part of the company, and then they have to maybe get another job or two.
You need to pay them better.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't
What's
that be
up
nice?
with that?
Well, we need a little bit bigger budget.
So, can you grovel too?
I have groveled.
You have to do that sometimes. You're a 501c3.
We are.
And how do you sustain your operation?
We also work with grants.
Okay.
You know, the Missouri Arts Council has funded us over the past 10 years, as well as the Office of Cultural Affairs. We have our, obviously, donations are a huge source, and then we have our huge Dancing with Missouri Stars event, fundraising event that brings in a good chunk of what our budget is. So
Good.
that's coming up in May 19th.
Who-
Don't do it.
Don't do what? You mean ask you who all your dancers are and put you on the spot? I wouldn't do that. Name one.
Craig Franklin.
Okay, very good. How many dancers do you have, and explain what Dancing with Missouri Stars is?
Dancing with Missouri Stars. It's
These are local personalities.
these are local personalities, and they are paired up with one of my dancers from Missouri Contemporary Ballet.
And what if they have never danced before?
That's the point.
Oh, that's the point.
They rehearse for about 3 months
Okay.
with my dancers. They learn 2 dances, and they learn some stuff.
It's
and they
pretty
are
cool,
and
really.
it's something that they are put into that. It's real scary because that is out of their comfort zone.
I think
but
it's good.
you know, most everybody. We will now have 82 celebrities after this year, former celebrities, and every person that's done this has said, "I am so glad I did it. Not sure I would do it again, but it certainly fulfilled something in their heart."
It's pretty neat stuff. To learn how to dance. That's. What about you? What else you have coming up? You've done. 10 seasons. You have more productions coming up.
We do.
Is that the right term? Productions.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
good one.
okay.
Concerts, production.
Concerts, productions. What else is coming up?
Well, we are doing a collaboration with Missouri Symphony.
That's pretty neat.
Yes, I'm really excited about it. It's something Kurt, Trevor, and I have talked about
Okay.
in the past years, and so we're finally doing that. It is June 16th and 17th, and that will be at the Missouri Theater. So I'm really excited that
Is this the first time?
this is the first time we've done a collaboration that we're doing a full show together. Yes.
So now, when you say collaboration, the Missouri Symphony puts the music together, and then it's your job to bring the dancers into the.
to choreograph, we choreograph it.
Wow.
Yes. So we kind of collectively figure out the music together, and then he's in charge of, obviously, the musicians, because that wouldn't be good if I did that, and I'm in charge of the
but
dancers.
you could.
I could be in charge, but I couldn't teach them how to tell them what to do.
That seems a little flat. Can you? So how long does it take for you to get your dancers, your company, on the same sheet of music per se?
So generally, we rehearse for about 2 months to a month and a half,
Okay.
or a month and a half to 2 months per show.
Wow.
So it's a lot of hours in the studio, and
You're used to that, though. You're a professional dancer. So, I mean, it's probably nothing new.
it's not. I mean, it's new because conceptually every piece is different, and you've got to kind of get the dancers on the same page with what that concept is, and get them to think differently. And they're doing completely different things throughout a performance.
So, as a choreographer, you vision certain moves and steps, and with certain types of music, and you take your vision and then you teach the company what your vision is.
Pretty much.
Is that a challenge?
Sometimes it's more of a challenge than others, but it is challenging.
So you have a talent. I mean,
Well,
wow.
thank you. I mean, I hope so.
You sure wouldn't want to see me dance. I mean, so what you do is a talent, and you bring a lot of pleasure to everyone around Columbia. That's great.
Well, thank you.
What's on the horizon for you?
We're really working on broadening where we are. So we want to be out. We want to be touring a little bit more. We are actually going to West Plains, Missouri.
Get out of
in
here,
April.
West Plains. I love it. South Central Missouri.
Right. We've been there before, but
Good.
I'm really working to expand our touring a little more regionally beyond Missouri. It's kind of my
good
next
exposure.
step. Yeah.
You know, you're a Missouri product. I would like to think that you belong to us
for sure.
And let's share your talents with everyone else. Anything else happening? West Plains, what else?
I think that's all that can happen this season. We are really busy. I mean, we've got, as I talked about earlier, we are doing 10 new works during this season, which is really a lot. Generally, it's maybe 5. So I don't know what I was thinking when I said.
So you're doubling what
pretty
you
much
usually do.
What we normally do as far as new premieres.
What about a website? You have a website?
We have a website, MissouriContemporaryBallet.com, and tickets for our show are at universityconcertseries.org.
Okay. Now, if somebody wants to make a donation,
they can go to our website. We have a donate button. They can also just send a check.
Now look at one of these cameras and grovel. Come on.
Please.
Please.
Please come and see us. That's one of the most important things, is to come and see what we do. And then once you see what we do, I know you'll want to give. Was that a good grovel?
I think you could have done a better job, but that's not bad. You still have your dignity. Thank you so much, and come back and see us sometime, anytime. Come back and see us. Give us an update. Let us know how the world of ballet and your productions are doing. We just enjoy having you.
I would love it.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you.